I have reason to believe that King Sombra is in possession of Rouge's Chaos Emerald. You're a little late, Silva. We were just discussing that topic before you arrived. The Chaos Emeralds aren't here. Shadow angrily grabs Knuckles by his chest fur and lifts him into the air. What do you mean the Chaos Emeralds aren't here? Nux and I hid them in a safe location. We didn't want King Sombra showing up and stealing them, so we hid them. Where are they, Applejack? We need them now. We can't get them right now. The Chaos Emeralds are at Ra-Ra's mansion, sealed inside her panic room. In order to get inside to retrieve the emeralds, we would need Ra-Ra's hoofprint. Unfortunately, Ra-Ra is in Manhattan with her family for heartswarming. Ah! Shadow throws Knuckles to the ground. Idiots! Well, what did you expect us to do? It's mine and Applejack's duty as the guardians of the Master Emerald to protect the Chaos Emeralds from evil. King Sombra inherited Shining Armor's knowledge of the Chaos Emeralds when he resurrected himself using Shining Armor's body. Applejack and I couldn't take the chance of King Sombra coming here to steal them. I can't believe you trusted a pop star diva with the Chaos Emeralds. I need to know where her mansion is so I can blast my way into that panic room. We can't do that, Shadow. Why not? Because that's breaking and entering and destruction of property. We'll get arrested. Well, I guess the destruction of Equestria isn't worth the destruction of Ra-Ra's mansion. Do you forget who I am? Do you honestly think the Ponyville police can arrest me? All right, enough of this. I will handle the police, considering I am the ruler of Equestria, and I will personally pay for the damage to Ra-Ra's property. Are you actually agreeing with Shadow on breaking into Ra-Ra's mansion? Absolutely. The survival of Equestria depends on it. We don't stand a chance against King Sombra without those Chaos Emeralds. So yes, we're breaking into Ra-Ra's mansion. That's why she's the ruler of Equestria. But before we go, there's something I need to do first. Princess Celestia uses her magic and opens the portal to Tartarus. Once open, Princess Celestia uses her magic to free Spike and Rouge from their prison cell and brings them back to Equestria. Princess Celestia closes the portal to Tartarus. Princess Celestia? How did you know Rouge and I were in Tartarus? Shadow had an incident with Twilight this afternoon. She gloated to him about how she banished you and Rouge to Tartarus, and how she stole your Chaos Emerald, Rouge. Don't remind me. I can't believe my bestie betrayed me like that. She didn't do it on purpose, Rouge. She's under King Sombra's spell, which is why she attacked you and Spike. I was caressing her face, trying to reason with her when she attacked me and knocked me unconscious, so you two aren't alone in being attacked by Twilight today. Thanks for freeing us, Princess Celestia. I never knew how horrible Tartarus was. Yeah, and that Tyrek guy is creepy and annoying. Yes, he certainly is. But there are a few other words I could use to describe him too, but it's Heartswarming Eve, and I'd rather not on this evening. In any event, we must get to Ra-Ra's mansion immediately. Applejack, if you'd be so kind as to lead the way. Don't worry about it, AJ. Stay home with your family. I'll take Princess Celestia and Shadow over to Ra-Ra's to collect the Chaos Emeralds. Are you sure, Nux? Knuckles kisses Applejack. Yeah, go on and enjoy your family. I'll be back soon, okay? All right, I love you, Nux. I love you too. Are you guys ready to go? I'm coming with you guys. Spike, when you get to Rarity's parents' house, tell Rarity I'll be back soon, please. I will. How's Sweetie Belle? She's worried sick about you and misses you, so hurry up and get over there. Come on, Silva! Let's go! We have a planet to save! Everyone leaves Sweet Apple Acres. Trottingham. My parents love you, by the way, as does my entire family. That's refreshing to hear. I really could get used to this family heartwarming thing. I told you it would all work out. Did you mean it when you said you loved me? I wouldn't have said it if I didn't. In a very short time, you've become the most important pony in my life. I wouldn't be in such a positive frame of mind had you not come along. I truly love you, Will. I love you too, Starlight. They share a kiss and nuzzle up with each other. I got you something for heartswarming. Starlight uses her unicorn horn to magically levitate Will's gift over to him. It's not much, but I figured you can use these. Will uses his magic to open up the gift. Oh, wow! An entire case of quill ink. And I have at least a couple of years of supply worth now. Thanks, Starlight. I figured it would come in handy with all the writing you do. I'm glad you like it. I picked you up something as well. Will's unicorn horn lights up as he uses his magic to bring Starlight's gift over to her. Starlight uses her magic to open her gift. I always wanted this doll as a foal. I can't believe you found a Misty the Unicorn doll. Oh, I remember watching her show as a filly, always aspiring to want to be like her. I think a lot of fillies from our childhood days wanted to be like her. She was always so brave, bold, and heroic, yet she was still so beautiful and vulnerable. Growing up as an orphan, I always wanted this doll. Misty was my hero. I never received a gift so generous. I love it, Will. Thank you so much. Where in Equestria did you find this? Shockingly, at an antique store in Ponyville. Oh my gosh, I really need to start getting into antiquing. What is with the stallions in my life liking antique stores? My best friend Sunburst goes antiquing regularly too. I guess it's true what they say. You never know what kind of treasures you'll find at an antique store. You'd be surprised. I remember you telling me how much you loved Misty the Unicorn that when I saw this doll in the store, I had to get it for you. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Starlight hugs Will tightly. Happy heartswarming, Starlight. Happy heartswarming. I love you. I love you too. Rarity's parents' house. Sweetie Belle in her room crying. Rarity knocks on the door and enters. May I try to cheer you up? You can try. I know you're sad and worried about Spiky Poo. I'm worried about him too, darling. Spike doesn't deserve to be locked away in Tartarus. His heart must be broken being sent there by Twilight. I'm sure once Princess Celestia finds out about Spike and Rouge being sent to Tartarus, she'll free them immediately. If it helps at all, at least Twilight didn't physically harm Spike. Why don't we go downstairs so you can open up your gifts? I don't care about gifts, Rarity! Sharing Heartswarming with Spike was the only thing I wanted for Heartswarming this year. He's the best gift I've ever received. Spike enters Sweetie Belle's room. Happy Heartswarming, Sweetie Belle. I'm sorry I'm late. Sweetie Belle rushes off her bed and wraps her hooves around Spike. I was so worried about you. I'm glad you're all right. Yeah, I am now anyway. How did you get out of Tartarus? How did you know about that? I was worried when you didn't show up tonight, so Silver and Rarity took me over to Twilight's castle so we can check on you. Silver used his telekinesis to read Cheese's mind, and that's how we found out about Twilight sending you and Rouge to Tartarus. I'm glad you're all right, Spike. Sweetie Belle has been miserable without you. She truly does love you, Spike, and I'm happy for you too, honestly. Thanks, Rarity. That means a lot considering our history together. Silver wanted me to inform you that he will return later. He went with Princess Celestia, Shadow, and Knuckles to retrieve the Chaos Emeralds from Rah-Rah's mansion. I'll assume it was Princess Celestia who freed you and Rouge from Tartarus. Yeah, Shadow apparently had a run-in with Twilight today as well. He told Princess Celestia about us being trapped in Tartarus. Again, I'm happy you're okay, Spike. I'll leave you two to have some privacy. Rarity leaves. I'm sorry I made you worry tonight. I'm just so happy you're here now. I'm sorry you had to go through that experience and that it was Twilight who sent you to that awful place. Well, it was pretty awful. It's not so much the stench that begins to bother you. It was having to have to listen to Tirek all day. The only good thing about it was having Rouge there with me. At least I wasn't alone, and I'm actually happy that Twilight is still alive. Even after she sent you to Tartarus? That wasn't really Twilight who sent Rouge and I there. Twilight has the same eyes as King Sombra, meaning she's under his spell. Her actions today are an end result of it. Twilight is trying so hard to fight King Sombra's spell, too. Why do you think she sent Rouge and I to Tartarus instead of killing us? I guess you make a good point. What do you think is going to happen now? I'm not entirely sure. What I do know is that Princess Celestia is planning some sort of attack on King Sombra using the Chaos Emeralds. You look really cute tonight. Sweetie Belle blushes. Thanks. I take it you and Rarity made up for last weekend? Yeah, she apologized to me for overstepping her bounds. I still think there's more to it than what she apologized for, but I'm just happy she's agreed to let me make my own decisions. What do you want to do? I've been locked away in Tartarus all day. I'm pretty hungry. Do you mind if we go downstairs and grab a bite to eat? Sure. I really didn't eat much today either, now that I think about it. Sweetie Belle uses her unicorn horn to telekinetically open her bedroom door. Spike and Sweetie Belle exit the room and head downstairs for some food. Meanwhile, Ra-Ra's mansion. Knuckles arriving with Princess Celestia, Shadow, and Silver. Shadow noticing the lights are on. I thought you said she went out of town for heartswarming. I thought so too, but at least now we won't have to destroy Ra-Ra's home. Let me handle this, considering I'm the one who put this burden on her. Knuckles knocks on the front door. Ra-Ra answers. Oh, hey, Knuckles. Happy heartswarming. Same to you, Ra-Ra. I hate to bother you this evening, but we're in the middle of an emergency situation, and we need the Chaos Emeralds. Do you mind escorting me down to the panic room so I can get them? Sure, come on in. Knuckles enter Ra-Ra's mansion. Knuckles following Ra-Ra towards the panic room. I'm glad you were home tonight. My friend Shadow was going to blast his way into your panic room because we thought you were in Manhattan for heartswarming. Well, my plans fell through and heartswarming was canceled. My parents came down with a virus, and they didn't want to make any pony else sick. It really must be an emergency if Princess Celestia is with you on Heartswarming Eve. It is. We believe King Sombra is going to attack the Crystal Empire tomorrow morning, which is why we need the Chaos Emeralds, even if it meant breaking into your home and blasting our way into the panic room. Ra-Ra giggles. Well, I guess it was a good thing I was home then. I can't believe Princess Celestia was going to partake in the festivities. When the safety of Equestria is on the line, I guess there's no line that can't be crossed. Outside of Ra-Ra's mansion. Shadow, do you think the Chaos Emeralds are going to be enough to defeat King Sombra? Yes, it should be. Even with Rouge's Chaos Emerald, there's no way Sombra can beat me, Sonic and Silver, after each of us absorb the power of our Chaos Emeralds. Don't be arrogant, Shadow. I know. Don't underestimate the power of the ponies on this planet. Believe me, Silver, I've learned from that mistake. I never had the chance to fight Doc Oak like you did, but after sensing King Sombra's power, I have to say he's one of the toughest challenges we're ever going to face. Doc Oak was part robot, so it was impossible for me to sense his true power. King Sombra is by far the most powerful being I've ever sensed in this dimension. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little worried about this impending war with him. And what about Twilight? What about her, Silver? Are you worried about what we may have to do to her if she becomes too big of a threat? She may be under King Sombra's control, but she's not completely under it. After she knocked me unconscious, she could have easily killed me, but instead she left me alive. Even before she knocked me unconscious, she admitted that she still loved me despite being under Sombra's spell. I am not surprised to hear that Twilight is fighting King Sombra's spell. Her powers continue to grow substantially as she gains more alicorn magic. Ever since Twilight inherited the alicorn magic of myself, Luna, and Cadence during the fight with Lord Tirek, her power has exploded and continues to grow stronger as time moves on. Knuckles exits Ra-Ra's mansion with the 3 Chaos Emeralds. Thanks, Ra-Ra, and again, I'm sorry for the intrusion tonight. Knuckles meets up with Princess Celestia, Shadow, and Silver. Now that we have the Chaos Emeralds, it's time to inform Sonic of our plan. After this battle is over, I want all the Chaos Emeralds returned to me, so they can be brought back here for safekeeping. The Chaos Emeralds aren't safe at Sweet Apple Acres until we have all 7 of them. Knuckles passes out the Chaos Emeralds. I'm heading back to the Crystal Empire. I'll see you tomorrow, Silva. What better way to spend a holiday than by fighting a battle alongside of you, Shadow? Shadow smiles and takes off in flight towards the Crystal Empire. I'll bring Sonic his Chaos Emerald and inform him of the plan. Get some rest, Silver, and good luck to you tomorrow. The Cloud Dominium. Sonic and Rainbow Dash sitting together and snuggling in front of the fireplace. Rainbow Dash lays her head on Sonic's shoulder. So, how's this for your first heartswarming? It's really nice, Dash. No gift I could ever receive is better than this. I don't think I've ever been more comfortable than I am right now. Me neither. This is officially the best heartswarming ever. What time is your dad arriving tomorrow? He told me around 10 in the morning. It gives us a chance to wake up and exchange our gifts and prep a nice breakfast for his arrival. Knock at the front door. It's almost midnight. I wonder who'd be coming over this late at night. It's never a good thing when some pony knocks at your front door at midnight. You're right about that. We better get up and see who it is. Rainbow Dash and Sonic go to the front door and open it. Happy heartswarming, you two. My apologies for the late night intrusion, but I wanted to come and give you this, and inform you of what's going on. Princess Celestia gives Sonic his Chaos Emerald. Sonic, isn't that one of the Chaos Emeralds from the Master Emerald Temple at Sweet Apple Acres? It is, Dash. The question becomes, why do I need one of these? Upon the events of today, it has come to my attention that the Crystal Empire is in serious danger. King Sombra is planning to invade and attack the Crystal Empire tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. during Princess Cadence's heartwarming address. Sonic, I am requesting that you join Silver and Shadow in the defense of the Crystal Empire and Princess Cadence. It would be an honor to defend the Crystal Empire, Princess Celestia. Thank you, Sonic. For some reason, I knew I could depend on you. Hold on a second. Didn't you try to convince Princess Cadence to leave the Crystal Empire? I already tried, Rainbow Dash. Princess Cadence is refusing to abandon the Crystal Empire. She's choosing to stay and fight King Sombra, despite the warnings we have given her. It's unfortunate that I must ask Sonic, Shadow, and Silver to use the Chaos Emeralds to defeat King Sombra and defend the Crystal Empire on Heartswarming Day, but we really have no other options at this point. It was also brought to my attention that Princess Twilight Sparkle is under King Sombra's spell and is currently serving him. Twilight is alive? How did you figure this out all of a sudden? Princess Twilight Sparkle paid a visit to Tempest Shadow and is forcing her to serve as a general in King Sombra's army. Tempest paid me a visit at my castle this morning to inform me of the attack that would be taking place upon the Crystal Empire tomorrow. And you actually believe her? I know it's hard to believe in Tempest after she attacked us last spring, but she seemed incredibly sincere and said she owes Twilight a life debt. Tempest wants to save Twilight from King Sombra's control. During the battle tomorrow, Tempest will be pretending to serve Sombra. Her objective is to minimize the damage and to bring Twilight down so she doesn't cause any harm to the Crystal Ponies or Princess Cadence. So Twilight is one of our enemies tomorrow? With all due respect, Your Majesty, I don't think I'll be able to fight Twilight, especially if she's under a spell and has no control over what she's doing. She's one of my friends. I understand how you feel. Twilight is a dear friend of mine as well, and I don't wish any harm on her, but she is under the influence of King Sombra now and is an enemy. Believe me when I say she'll show no mercy to you, Shadow, or Silver on the battlefield tomorrow. As I stated before, it is Tempest's promise to minimize the damage Twilight does, and to be the one that fights her. The main objectives are to defend the Crystal Empire, protect Princess Cadance, and defeat King Sombra. Once King Sombra is defeated, the spell on Twilight will be broken, and she'll return to her normal state, and harmony will once again be restored to Equestria. Well, if Sonic is fighting King Sombra, then so am I. Absolutely not, Dash. This fight is too dangerous, and besides, your father will be here in the morning for Heartswarming. My dad can wait. I don't care how strong King Sombra is. I love you, and we made a promise that no matter how bad the fight, we'd always have each other's back. Rainbow Dash, I admire your incredible loyalty and courage, but I agree with Sonic in this instance. King Sombra is far too powerful, so much so it requires the use of the Chaos Emeralds to defeat him. And if you get involved in the fight, there's a chance King Sombra can use you for his bidding, or take you hostage. You can argue with me all you want, but that's not going to stop me from being at my husband's side during a battle that determines the fate of Equestria. It's not in my nature to sit on the sidelines and watch. Sonic, again, I love you, and I will fight at your side to save Equestria. I made a promise to you, and as the element of loyalty, I never break a promise. All right, Dash. I know there's no possible way I'm going to talk you out of fighting tomorrow, but if things get out of control, I want you to bail. Deal? Deal. The next morning. Heartswarming Day in Equestria. The Crystal Empire, 9 a.m. Shadow escorts Princess Cadance out to her balcony to address the thousands of crystal ponies who have gathered for her speech. Be on your guard, Princess. I have you here to protect me, so I'm not worried. The crystal ponies cheered loudly as Princess Cadance steps to the front of her balcony. Princess Cadance addresses the crystal ponies. Good morning and happy Heartswarming. Now usually Shining Armor and I give a speech together that's filled with hope and aspirations of the upcoming new year. However, that is not the case this Heartswarming, I'm afraid. My husband, Prince Shining Armor, is sadly no longer with us. King Sombra has returned and used my husband's body as his surrogate to resurrect himself. As a matter of fact, King Sombra is planning to attack us during this very speech. I want you all to know I will not abandon you. I will not allow King Sombra to enslave all of you again. I ask you all to stand and fight to defend the empire in which we love so much together. King Sombra may be powerful, but he is not powerful enough to stop all of us. Ah! King Sombra claps his hooves together as he and Twilight take off their cloaks. I give you a credit for bravery and a well-delivered masterpiece of false hope. These fools will once again bow to me because they know, like you're no match for me. I will let you live if you stand down now. Shadow steps in front of Princess Cadance. If you want her, then you're going to have to go through me! Ah! Chaos Blast! Shadow hits King Sombra with everything he has as the balcony explodes into pieces. Shadow and Princess Cadance are floating in the air above the Crystal Palace. Nice shot, Shadow. Damn it! He's still alive and virtually unharmed. Get out of here now, Cadance. He's even more powerful than I ever imagined. The Crystal Ponies begin to panic and attempt to flee the Crystal Empire. You Crystal Ponies aren't going anywhere! King Sombra's huge army begins to surge through the gates of the Crystal Empire, preventing any Crystal Ponies from escaping. I hit him with everything I had, at point-blank range, and not even a blemish!